Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Kevin, and in today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys some recommendations for the Vinegar Syndrome Black Friday Sale 2021.
Oh shit, here we go again.
I honestly can't believe that it's already Thanksgiving, and in a few hours, the sale is going to kick off. It feels like yesterday I went to the archive and picked up my sale, but that seems to be the case with the halfway sale and the actual Black Friday sale. There's a lot of stuff to cover, plenty of new releases from Vinegar Syndrome, some partner labels, VSP, VSA, secret titles. I don't have enough time to talk about all of those releases. I might do a live stream later on tonight on Instagram and talk about that. That might be a better way. But anyway, I wanted to give you guys, I think, 8 regular Vinegar Syndrome titles, a box set, a VSA, and 1 partner label. But before we begin, I want to just give a real quick update. I got some Arrow Video stuff in the mail yesterday, so I just wanted to show real quick. Got The Hills Have Eyes, 4K UHD. I already own the other special edition. They're pretty identical with the exception that there is some artwork right here on the back. Very nice, very nice. I love The Hills Have Eyes. It's one of my personal favorite Wes Craven films. And also, I really enjoyed the remake. I think the remake is, most people agree that both the original and the remake are really great suspenseful horror films. Our next title is a film that I never saw before. And I think I had it pre-ordered and I chose to cancel it. And then I realized, man, it's probably going to be out of print soon because it's like a special edition. And then it was on sale, I think like a week ago. That is Legend, directed by Ridley Scott, of course, Tim Curry, Tom Cruise, Jerry Goldsmith did the score along with Tangerine Dream. Rob Bottin, of course, from The Thing, did this. But this is an incredible set. It's Blu-ray, and I think there's a reason why it's not in 4K, but this is a pretty loaded set. It also comes with 2 cuts of the film, a poster, postcards, and then like these really nice illustrated, or not illustrated, but looks like makeup test images for like a press kit. It looks pretty fancy. I don't know. I don't remember an unboxing showing those off. I could be wrong, but it was like $25 and I watched it last night and the visuals are pretty outstanding. I'm not really a fantasy movie guy. I like Lord of the Rings, but aside from that, I'm not really hardcore into that. So that's Legend. Next, we have, that's right, Phantom of the Mall, Eric's Revenge. This is from the director of Doom Asylum and Scared Stiff. I love what Arrow Video did with the back of it. Kind of looks like a VHS. If you could see there. Yeah! Also, Pauly Shore is in this movie. It's one of his first roles. He's not really playing the Weasel. He's pretty much, he could be like in Fast Times at Ridgemont High, but it's really like a Phantom of the Opera meets a shopping mall in the 80s. Also, Ken Foree from Dawn of the Dead is in the movie, and there's some familiar faces. Oh yeah, and Mac's dad from It's Always Sunny. Last year I noticed that he was in Action USA. This year I noticed that he is in Phantom of the Mall. This has been a long overdue release, so yeah. Anyway, let's get on to the real show here. We got Vinegar Syndrome recommendations, and of course I'm going to start off with a film that I think a lot of people are going to now shut off this video because of my recommendation of Hobgoblins. Yeah! This is a Rick Salone film. Of course, was famous for its appearance on Mystery Science Theater 3000, but there was a lot of stuff that was cut from the film, and honestly, if you're a huge fan of Gremlins, Critters, Ghoulies Go to College, Critters 3, Critters 4, you might enjoy this one. You're not going to get Gremlins 2, A New Batch. That movie is a masterpiece. But Hobgoblins is a lot of fun. It's that classic kind of bad B movie. I think it wasn't striving to be anything but that. So, Hobgoblins. Our next film is, I was thinking about older Vinegar Syndrome titles that the slipcovers have been out of print, but I've been getting into the holiday season, so why not check out Jack Frost. Oh, that actually comes in quite nice. Jack Frost. This is a movie I remember from the video store back in the day. The artwork kind of replicating this. It was a terrible CGI looking, almost claymation like face. Never saw the film. It never really ran on TV here in Connecticut, and I finally watched it when I got this edition. And I'll tell you what, I think I'm gonna watch this after my family leaves this afternoon, and it'll kick off sort of my marathon. It's just a really funny, goofy movie. It's exactly what you expect it to be. It's a killer snowman killing people in a small town. If you're into that, you're really gonna like Jack Frost. Again, it also might be a little bit on the cheaper side, considering it is an older release and the slipcover is no longer in print. So that is Jack Frost. Our next film, I don't think is a really good movie, but compared to his other film that Vinegar Syndrome put out, but I have a very deep connection to this movie in a way. This is Disconnected, the first film directed by Gorman Bouchard. Gorman Bouchard actually went to high school with my mom. I think he was a couple years older, but he is a Waterbury, Connecticut native. And in what year is this? 1984, so like 83. He decided to make a low-budget film in the little city where he's from, Waterbury, Connecticut. Now, I am actually originally from Waterbury, Connecticut, and although Connecticut is a small state, there's a lot of differences between the different towns and cities. You know, there's people from New Haven and Bridgeport and Fairfield County, but then there's people that live in like Litchfield County and like Washington, Connecticut. Then there's people who live in Waterbury and Bristol, Connecticut. So I've seen all these movies in the past that were like regional horror films that were shot like in Pittsburgh or in the Midwest, always in the Midwest, usually sometimes in the South. But finally, here's a movie that actually showcases where I'm from, the Naugatuck Valley. And it's, not the greatest movie. Again, I love Psychos in Love more. But if you have seen Psychos in Love and you want more from this director, Disconnected is great. And also the actor Carmine Capabianco, which I went to school for Capabianco, like grade school. Big last name in Connecticut. He unfortunately passed away, I believe, earlier this year. So he's great in Psychos in Love. He's the lead. And he's also in Disconnected. So I highly recommend Disconnected if you want to sort of creepily see where I'm from. But the film was made in 1983, 84, so more like where my parents lived in the 80s compared to myself. So I'm just going to move on with Prey. Yes, Prey, directed by Norman J. Warren. A lot of his films have been put out by Vinegar Syndrome, like Bloody New Year, Terror, as well as did he do Satan's? Yeah, he did a Satan's Slave. But this is Prey. This is one that I got. This is an older slipcover, so again, out of print. But this is like a weird kind of sci-fi horror erotic kind of flick. It's been a while since I've seen it, but I was just looking at my collection. I was like, I want to recommend a Norman J. Warren film because he too also passed away recently. And this is a film of his that not too many people talk about anymore because the Blu-ray did come out in 2018. So from 1977, this is Prey, and it's got a pretty cool slipcover. So that is Prey. Moving forward, we have this one right here. There's Nothing Out There. Again, out of print slipcover. This was originally put out by Troma back in the day, but the film was directed by a 19-year-old kid, I think from Long Island, and the movie is sort of this this meta horror film, kind of predating Scream by a few years. It has a great scene in a video store, like a sort of POV little creature. It's got creatures, it's got female breasts, it's got gore, it's got a lot of heart. Honestly, when it comes to the DIY film spirit, I think also the director's father was involved in helping him make the film. And it's not like it was like a Spielberg and Spielberg's child kind of collaboration, like he worked through the movies. They were able to raise some money and live out their dreams to make a film. So it's very meta. It's very self-aware. There's a lot of breaking of the fourth wall, and there's some gags in there that honestly I had a lot of fun with. And also this disc, I can't pull out the slipcover because I'm holding my mic. I still don't got a mic stand. This is a loaded disc. I think like the writing is almost all the way down to the little Troma logo on the back, but there's nothing out there from 1990 or 1991, I believe. Just a really fun little DIY film that I think a lot of you will probably enjoy. Those are some of the older titles. Now here are newer titles. Okay, so my favorite standard release of the year is Death Promise. I love this movie so much. Shot in New York City, I'm guessing probably in the Bronx and Harlem. It's a story of gentrification, even going as far back as the 70s, where these greedy landlords are trying to take over this building, and the tenants, the tenants don't want to leave, and they decide to take them out in a really terrible way. And of course, there is going to be some revenge involved after a unfortunate death. And Death Promise, literally, is an awesome little New York City revenge film. Just really gritty. Not too much in terms of special features wise, but and not too many of these guys ended up doing anything. But filthy rich landlords get away with murder. It's time they pay for it. I've talked about this one already a few videos ago, but I really, really love Death Promise. And you could still get this gorgeous, gorgeous slipcover. And I was reading on the back here. You got like a killer rat, which is in the film. So, Death Promise. Okay, time for box set time. Vinegar Syndrome put out quite a few box sets this year, like Forgotten Giallo, Volume 3. What else they put out? Televised Terror, the Camille Keaton in Italy set. But hands down, my favorite is by far Homegrown Horrors Volume 1. This comes with Fatal Exam, Beyond Dream's Door, and Winter Beast. Look at that thing. Holy cow. Illustration is focus. Wonderful. That's nice. So these are three kind of regional horror movies that, I feel like this project is sort of kind of riding on the tailcoats of Arrow Video's American Horror Project. They only put out 2 volumes, and, they've continued to do the regional stuff, but these movies were shot, I think, in Massachusetts and some other places like in the Midwest. And I only really knew about Winter Beast. Fatal Exam is probably my least favorite. It is just too long. I think you'll find that complaint everywhere on the forums or just general YouTube videos or reviews about the film. It's too long of a film. Should have been like 80 minutes. It's longer than that. And Beyond Dream's Door is a fantastic sort of, I'm guessing maybe a post Nightmare on Elm Street kind of vibe. A lot of like revolving around dreams and such. And Winter Beast, of course, is just this adorable little film that has like claymation characters involved. And they're supposed to be menacing, but they are quite adorable to look at. You're like, wow, they really put their heart and soul in making, trying to make this film seem somewhat frightening and scary. And it's not really frightening nor scary, but at least they tried. And I'm really looking forward to Volume 2. I predict that this one is going to sell out during the sale because there's been enough word of mouth. And Homegrown Horrors, Volume 1. Good stuff. All right, next title is a Vinegar Syndrome archive, and there's going to be 2 secret titles premiering, and my personal favorite from this year is Whatever It Takes. Yeah, Whatever It Takes. I'm sure there's plenty of copies available. There's the nice little sheen. You got the main characters here. You got Fred Williamson, Don the Dragon Wilson, and Andrew Dice Clay. Anything with Andrew Dice Clay and he gets to smoke cigarettes and wear his fingerless gloves is okay by me. But whatever it takes, starts off rather sleazy, and I was thinking like, oh man, is this gonna be like a mean-spirited kind of film? And turns out not really the case. It's actually quite enjoyable. It's not a great movie by any means, but if you're a little bit disappointed by a film like Champagne and Bullets, like just the over-the-top vanity project that Champagne and Bullets or Getaven, whatever you call it, is sort of like, whatever it takes will clean that palette for sure. It's one of those classic like little 90s straight to VHS kind of videos, or sorry, movies, that you would find at the video store. And yeah, I liked it. It's got that classic plot of like going undercover, and also Don the Dragon Wilson is going to be talked about in my next film. We got, I don't know it's going to be on sale, but New York Ninja, the first Vinegar Syndrome Pictures project and feature film. This is an amazing set, guys. As you can see on the back, beautiful stuff here. It's got a similar casing to the Beastmaster and Six String Samurai. So what the hell is New York Ninja? New York Ninja was a film that was produced and shot in 1984 by I forget his name. Damn it. There's no way I could remember his name. I'm going to put it right here, okay? There's a lot to cover here. I'm trying to wrap this up. But he came over to America to shoot the film, kind of similar to the way Jackie Chan did here in the States. And, well, the production, unfortunately, was finished, but the company itself went bankrupt, and the film never went into post-production. So Vinegar Syndrome a few years ago purchased a bunch of movies, and New York Ninja was still in its canisters. And what they did was they took the film, like, watched it and said, hey, maybe we could actually splice this together. There was no script or anything. Maybe, construct a story and get voice actors. And Don Wilson, of course, does the voice of the main ninja. Linnea Quigley's in it. Michael Berryman, Ginger Lynn, a few other recognizable alumni from Vinegar Syndrome, Cynthia Rothrock as well. So it's a hodgepodge, and it's actually a really incredible achievement in film preservation and restoration, because they constructed a story out of this, and it's quite entertaining. And I'm going to be going to see it in Connecticut on Saturday, along with Miami Connection, and that's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to watching a film like this, especially two genre films, in the theater together. So that's New York Ninja. This is glorious. I mean, my camera's picking it up quite well. Well, now it's not, but you get the picture. This is the first VSP. There's also going to be Censor, which is a film that came out this year. It's a British film that I've seen and I enjoyed, so I'm probably going to pick that one up. It was originally going to be a 4K UHD, and now it is just a standard Blu-ray, but like in a deluxe set. So I'm pretty certain it's going to be similar quality to New York Ninja. So that is New York Ninja. And my last pickup recommendation for this video is Jeremy. That's right, I've been talking about Death Promises and Winter Beasts and Beyond Dreams Doors and Ninjas and Hills Have Eyes and everything like that. But I end with Jeremy. This is from Fun City Editions. Slip is sold out, but this is my favorite film discovery of 2021. It's a beautiful story, filmed and released in 1973 about a boy named Jeremy, who I think is in middle school or is like about to approach high school, and he falls in love with this girl named Susan, and it chronicles just their young love and their relationship, from getting a slice of pizza or kissing for the first time. And it's shot in the Upper West and East Side of New York. It's a depiction of New York at that time, that's different from like Clute or Taxi Driver or Needle and Panic Park. Like this film is just very soft and warm, and I actually cried during his recital scene where he's playing the violin, and he's just like gets into like the emotion and like because he has like two instructors and they teach him kind of different things, but one of them tells him to feel things, and he's playing his heart out, and he's obviously doing like his rendition of like Eruption. Not really, but like he's stealing the show as Eddie Van Halen would if he played Eruption. What I'm trying to get at is Jeremy is a great film with a lot of heart, and it takes what is a young adult romance into a mature and treats it in a mature way, and the cinematography is beautiful, and it's just a really warm film. Even though it kind of ends in what you would consider sadness, it makes you feel things that I haven't really experienced this year of any other movie. So thank you, Fun City Editions. And also just, I mean, I could just recommend all of their titles. They've been knocking it out of the park. And yeah, that is Jeremy from 1973. And that about does it, guys. I want to thank you all for watching this video. Hope you all have a great Thanksgiving. And watch some Vinegar Syndrome, watch some Fun City Edition, watch some AGFA films, watch Saturn Core movies. And I would love to know down below in the comments, what are you going to be doing for this sale? Are you going to pick up the 2022 package? Will you be live streaming other YouTubers doing live streams? And yeah, so with that being said, I hope you guys have a great day and take care. Bye-bye.